All right, we're going over a discussion board question from the homework, and this is converting from a stem and leaf plot to quartiles, which is a couple different ways to do this. But for me, the easiest way to do this, well, there's two different ways to do it. One of them is to just list them all out. I'm here with Ken, a student from class, and Ken, I'm going to start writing something and see if you can write with me in a second. So, what's your previous exposure with stem and leaf plots? Like, do you understand what's going on here?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, that is okay. We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to write stem and leaf on here just because that's why it's called a stem and leaf plot. Stem. This is not being very nice to me. Stem and leave. That's the stem, is the left side. And this is called the leaves on the right. So what it is the stem, in this case, is the tens place, and the leaves are the ones place in the numbers. So the first number that we see right here is actually a 16. So I'm going to write the first couple of numbers down here. 16 is the first number. And the second number is also a 16. How many 16s are there in a row?
4.
4. Good. So 3, I'm writing them slowly. There's 4 16s in a row. And then after that, what's the next number?
7 or 17.
17, yeah. And how many of those are there?
2.
Okay. And then what's the next number?
19.
19. Okay. And then after 19, what's the next number?
That's the end of the line.
Okay. What's in the next line?
A stem of 2.
And a leaf?
Of starting with 0.
So what number is that?
20.
Yep. 20. Good. So we can actually list them all out like this, which sounds a little painful, so I'm going to pause the video and finish listing them out, and then we're going to talk about why I like listing them out. Okay, so we've decided to type out all the numbers because that was just easier than handwriting them. They're all there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to find the first quartile or 25th percentile. But in order to do that, I always find the median first. And to double check that I wrote them all out properly, I count each data set, which we did when we were not being recorded. And you count to make sure that you have the same number here and whoop, 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 and down here. And we both got 25, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so if there's 25 data points, one of the things that I like to do, and it's kind of silly, when I'm in class, I hold my arms out to talk about the mean, the median, and or the median and the quartiles and stuff. So the median on me is right here in the middle, and everything, let me try to think which way this looks on the computer. Over here would be the smaller numbers, so these smaller numbers would rest on my arm over here, and the bigger numbers would be over here, and the median would be either right here or like on my hat or something. We'll see. So let's find the median first. There's 25 data points, which means if there's 25 data points, how many are on the left side?
12.
12. How do you get 12?
25 divided by 2.
25 divided by 2. Okay, so you're saying that there's, and I'm going to try to write here. Let's see if I can do this. That there's going to be 12 data points over here. And how many are going to be on the right side?
12.
Okay. And then is there a middle data point?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a middle data point, like that's either here. Sometimes I talk about there being a necklace carrying the middle data point. Sometimes I talk about there being a hat with the middle data point. But there is something in the middle. Frequently I talk about a pine tree because there's a song about meeting in the middle with under the old Georgia pine, but that's a whole other thing. Anyway, whatever. So the median in this case is an actual point in the data set. So let's identify down here. I'm going to go on the right side. Do you have something that you can write with to count in 12 from actually, I'll let you start on this side. Count 12 data points in over here and like underline them as you go. Can you do that while I come over here and do it? We'll do it
Yes.
together. Okay. So I'm going to come in 1.
Should I use a specific color?
I don't care. Pick a color. So let's see. I'm going to try to underline with you. Do you got a color?
Got
Okay,
one
you
color.
can one. Okay, let's do 2 in, 3 in, 4 in, 5 in, 6 in, 7 in, 8 in, 9 in, 10 in, 11 in, 12 in. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go. You're 12 in. Okay, which means that our median, okay, you're going to identify it. There we go. So you did that. Maybe I'll come back to green. So our median is actually whoosh, right there, right in the middle. But it's asking us for the quartile, the first quartile, which is going to be halfway through your data set. So we actually start all over again. The lower half of the data set is over here, your side, the red side. I'm glad you used a different color than me. So now we're going to start all over again coming in from the left side. And this time what I think I want to do is we're going to use different colors again. All right, so for the quartile, it's half of the left half. And we don't include the 25 in the left half or the right half because it's exactly in the middle. The median is never included. The median's either the average of the two middle points or it is the exact middle point, but it's never included in the bottom half or the top half. So now we look at this bottom half of the data set. I'm going to stick with green pen. Can you grab the blue pen and we will cross out, since there's 12 down there, like, do we know what the middle is? There's 12 in the lower half.
Somewhere after the 5th number.
Okay, so let's each cross out 5 and see where we get. Is that okay?
Yes.
We're going to come in, I'm going to cross out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, can we each cross out one more?
You could, but then you'd have nothing left.
Okay, well, then let's take, I'm going to take the yellow marker. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. And we're going to look at these two. And whenever the middle number we're trying to find is not there, do you remember what we do? And it's
Choose
okay if you
one.
don't. No, you don't choose one. You can probably just tell me what's the number halfway between 17 and 19.
18.
18. And if you actually calculated that, what would you have done to calculate it?
Add them together and then divide by 2.
Right, so it's actually the arithmetic mean is the words the book will use, but it's the average of those two numbers. So the middle point of this entire left side is the average of 17 and 19. And I'll go ahead and write that out. All right, in writing them all out this way, you can see we talked about how to calculate it by writing them all out this way. And now I want to show you is that if you think about the little stick figure man and that there's 12 and 12 on each half and the median actually exists, and then on each arm there's 6 and 6, so you have to average the 6th number in and the 6th number from the middle. We can actually do that by just looking at the stem and leaf plot. For a lot of people, it's better if they just write the whole thing out. But we'll see. Let's try to do it by just going in 6 data points on our stem and leaf plot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data points means that our median has to be between these two. Okay, which gives us the same thing as that. So either way you look at it, this is how you can get the first quartile from either a list of data like this or from a stem and leaf plot like this. Hopefully the little man helped, and I know there's other videos with different numbers of data points, whether they have the median existing in the set or not. But the median is never included in the bottom half and never included in the top half, whether it's a calculated median or an actual data point median like this. So I hope this helped. Do you feel a little better now?
Yes.